Hey guys, welcome to the sixth episode of Fangirls Only. This week's special guest is Tiffany Johnson. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Sorry about my name. I promise I am Tiffany Johnson and not Trevor Johnson.
It's okay, don't worry. Okay, so before you start, do you want to tell us a little about yourself? Like a little introduction?
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Tiffany Johnson. I am a singer and artist and songwriter. I'm originally from South Dakota, which is where I'm located right now, but I moved to Nashville in, let's see, February. And now I'm kind of just back for the summer, like playing shows basically every day and kind of getting to do a little bit of like touring and stuff like that. So it's been really cool, but I've kind of just like grown up doing music. And I've loved it ever since I was little. And yeah, I guess that's a little bit of an overview of who I am. So
Okay, so get started with the questions now. So
okay.
how long have you been doing music for? And do you have any like favorite memories from your career so far?
Oh man. So I kind of just like have been singing ever since I was really little. I actually just graduated high school, and for a graduation present, my mom gave me these like letters that she wrote to me when I was like super duper young. And it was so sweet. And in the letter, she was like, "You seem to like really be taking an interest in like singing and songwriting, and like you just dance around to music." So I guess it's just like kind of always been a thing that I've done. And growing up, my dad was actually in a band. So I had like a lot of opportunities to perform on a stage from a super young age. And then when I was, I think in like first grade, I started to learn to play piano because my dad and my older brother played piano. So like naturally I wanted to also. And then I just kind of like made up random little songs. Like I hadn't registered that I was like making songs, but I love Taylor Swift and like other people like that who wrote songs. So it's just like something I did to express my emotions. And then when I was 8 years old, I got a guitar for my birthday. And my dad, who was in a band, like kind of taught me to play guitar. And that's when like I really started to write songs, I would say. And I guess one of my favorite memories from my career so far. Oh man, I mean, I moved to Nashville in February, and that was like a very life-changing event for me. And just like being surrounded by other musicians and artists all the time is so inspiring. And I got to play at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, which is like kind of a historic place. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so where do you see yourself in your music career within the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I feel like in the music industry, like everything can change so quickly. So it's like hard to even like put a timeline on myself. I definitely want to be touring. Within like the next year, I would like to open for somebody on tour for sure. Um, but like ultimate goal wise, I want to like go on world tours and get to meet everybody that listens to my music. Like my favorite part is like connecting with people through it. I would love to go to the Grammys. I would love to play like the Grand Old Opry, go to different award shows. I kind of want to like, it's weird because I grew up a huge fan of like Taylor Swift. And so like I want to do like CMA Fest and like stuff in the country music like world, but I also want to like do stuff kind of in the pop world too. So I don't know. I don't know 5 to 10 years, but hopefully it's touring or something. So
Yeah. So, are you currently working on any new music or any new projects that you can talk to us about?
yes. So I recently released a song called Warning Label. And I just put out the music video for it today, actually. So that was kind of fun. We like burned a car for the video. I had a vision for it, and I was talking to like Harrison, who I made the video with, and Leighton, and I was like, guys, like I want to beat up a car and burn a car. Like, can we find a random car that I can like trash for this video? Um, so we did it. We did everything safely. It was so fun. So that video came out today. And then I have another song. Actually, I have a feature. Like I'm featured on somebody's song. His name's Leighton McKaylee. And I'm featured on his song. It comes out next Friday. So May 20, no, it's June 27th. Um, yeah, that one's called Love for the Summer. And it's just kind of like a fun, kind of almost like nostalgic-y kind of song. When me and Leighton wrote it, we both were like going through relationships where like we were like started dating, but like there was kind of an expiration date on it, or it felt like it was, because like at the end of the summer, like everybody goes their own way, and it's like kind of a bittersweet feeling. So that song comes out soon also. Yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on. A lot more singles after that, that I haven't announced yet, but there's a lot more. I've got a lot of things planned. So
So, do you have any favorite released or unreleased songs right now of yours?
oh my gosh. Yes. I would say my favorite released song consistently is probably Mean It. Other than that, it kind of changes, but that one has always been, I love the production of it and I love the songwriting of it. Yeah, that one's a little bit older. Of my unreleased songs, I have this song that I haven't announced yet and or anything, but it's called Over Emotional. And that one, it's kind of like a play on words of like being both like over emotional and dramatic. And like, how sometimes like you go through a breakup or something and like you like hurt your own self, you like break your own heart, and then like by the time you get broken up with, you're like over it. You're like, I already went through this all mentally and like I'm fine now. So that's what over emotional is about. And it's like a really fun, just like pop bop, I guess you could say.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, so do you have any big inspirations currently for your music career? Like any artists or
Oh my gosh. I feel like a lot of times people come to me and they're like, Tiffany, your music is like hard to like figure out like what it genre it is and what style it is. And I think it's because of like who I listen to. Like my Spotify Wrapped this past year like was Taylor Swift, and then it was like this band called Hippocampus that I'm literally obsessed with. They're like an indie pop band. If you haven't heard them, I love them. Um, and then this folk artist named Gregory Alan Isakov, who I also love. So those are like my top three. And then I get a lot of inspiration from Delwater Gap, which is like another kind of more random one, but I just am a huge, huge fan of all of his work and all of his songwriting and his style. I also love Lennon Stella and Olivia Rodrigo and Conan Gray and all of the people that are like categorized as like Taylor Swift's children and like Maisie Peters and Holly Humberstone. I would say those are like my main inspirations. So
if you go on tour with any artist, who would it be and why?
Delwater Gap, honestly, like he's not even like mainstream huge, but I just love his work and I love him. And or like, I mean, Taylor Swift ultimately, or Olivia Rodrigo would be really cool. I feel like me and Olivia Rodrigo would like be friends. Like we're around the same age and she's cool. But or Maisie Peters or Holly Humberstone. Probably like kind of the same people I mentioned earlier. So
It's like anyone in that group.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so this is the last question. And do you have any advice for someone who wants to be a singer or songwriter?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I would say my biggest piece of advice is just like consistency, honestly. Like it's all about showing up and continuing to show up. And like, especially since the music industry is so about like connections, like if you're just a face that people constantly see, and like, I mean, obviously you have to be nice and like whatever else, but like if you're a face that people constantly see and they can tell you're working hard and you're nice to people and you're making friends and making connections, like that's definitely, I think, the biggest thing that has helped me so far. Like even when I moved to Nashville, like I already knew so many people there because I'd like taken the time to try to make friends and make connections and all that little stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's like all the little stuff really adds up. And like in the moment, it feels like maybe stuff isn't going how you want it to. But I think all of the little open mics and meet and greets and everything, networking events, they all kind of add up. So that's my advice. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you again for coming on.
Dude, thank you for having me.
No problem.
Thank you so much for having me. And it was good, like, getting to talk to you.
Goodbye.
Sweet. Bye.